Welcome back to Buddies Off the Leash, the show where we talk about everything dogs in Western New York, all the people, places, and things that make life better for our pups. We're going to introduce you today to Andrea Leonard from Ellicott Island Bark Park. This is an amazing place right here in Western New York. Some people might not know about, but it's where you can take your dogs to run, play, and everything is off leash so they can have a great time with their friends. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for joining us on Buddies Off the Leash today. So I have a few questions for you, and Potato would also like to know, can you tell us a little bit about Ellicott Island Bark Park and what your role is there?
Well, Ellicott Island Bark Park is a part of Ellicott Creek Park. It's a county-run park, and we have been designated as an off-leash, dog-friendly, not dogs only, but little doggy paradise. And my role is involved with Friends of Ellicott, Inc. Friends of Ellicott, Inc. is the nonprofit board that has to be in place to take care of all the doggy issues that arise around the park. We take care of the waste bags. We take care of making sure that the waste is taken out and emptied from the totes. We make sure that there is maintenance and improvements done that benefit not only the dogs, but the people. We really strive to include everybody and to make sure that the experience of coming to Ellicott Island Bark Park is as wonderful as we know it can be. My position is vice president on the board. We are 100% volunteer, so none of the 5 board members who sit on the board get any pay for what we do. And what we do is basically everything. Yeah. So if it doesn't involve cutting grass or moving big tree parts, it is us. Yeah. So yeah, and we've made quite a number of improvements over the last several years.
Yeah, you've done an amazing job. So you're a nonprofit just like we are. Yeah. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah. We're fully supported by our patrons.
Yep. Buddies has a waste station there.
Yes, they do.
So, Andrea, tell me, what makes the park unique compared to just other parks in Western New York?
It stands out for several reasons. The first being, of course, that it is an island. So there's only one entry and exit. In other words, you got to cross the bridge to get there. And the second thing that makes it really unique is that it is dedicated to the dogs. I don't think that there is another park that I can think of in the area that's set up quite like Ellicott Island. We have 14.4 acres, and it is paved, not paved, but it has stones, nice trails that you can walk. Twice around the entire outside of the park is a mile. So we have people who use it for fitness. We have people who use it for rehabilitation. We have people who use families that come and use it because they've got little babies in strollers. And it is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful piece of land.
So you recently did install agility equipment, and that is geared towards the dogs, correct?
Absolutely. We have 3 stations, 3 courses, I guess circuits you would call them, and each contain 3 different agility pieces. Yeah. We've had nothing but positive reviews about them. So you can actually bring your dog to the park, and when you're done walking around a little bit and they're a little bit tired and more willing to listen to you, you can get them on the agility equipment and teach them how to do the in and outs on the poles, the ups and downs, the throughs. It's neat stuff.
Yeah, and that's would be another reason that makes you so unique, because I've never been to a dog park that has those items there available for the dogs to use.
I think there may be one now. I think there may be some equipment down in Lancaster, but I don't think that they have the 3-circuit approach that we put together.
Very cool, very cool. And there's another big piece of this that also makes Ellicott Island Bark Park so unique, and to me that is the water.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have 2 ways to look at that question. We have water all around the island, obviously, but what we also did, Friends of Ellicott, Inc., installed a dog rinse station. Wow. So now we have the ability, if people come and their dog rolls in the mud or gets in the muck or goes swimming and they smell a little bit like the creek, they can actually rinse their dog off before they leave. You can actually use the filler there. It's a bubbler and a filler. And then we have 2 hoses, and that's all fresh town water. It doesn't come from the creek. So it's absolutely drinkable for the dogs, absolutely drinkable for the people. And we do have a men's room and a ladies' room that are fully functional. And yeah.
And I will say another bonus to the property is that you have a very large parking lot. So it's not like pulling up and you don't have anywhere to park and you're on the road. There's a huge area that you can park. So there's room for everybody to come, for their dogs to get out of the vehicle safely. And another thing about safety to me too is that you have the double-sided fences. So when you go in, you have to latch a fence behind you and then open another fence to enter the park. So if anyone's dog is running loose or they're coming up on the fence, there's a way to keep them contained.
Absolutely. That's called a Sally Gate. And that was one of the things that was initially installed by the original board.
Excellent.
We're on the 4th iteration of the board. And the first board were very, very good. They're the ones who are actually responsible for the county relenting and allowing this to become a dog park. They fought very hard. It was a grassroots organization, and they fought very hard to secure this and promised to do a lot of work and work with the county. And the Sally Gate was definitely, I think, one of the best decisions that they made.
Very important.
And last year, we actually added an egress gate. So now there's one to enter and one to exit. And it's cut down a lot on the backup of trying to get in and out of the park with your dog. It keeps everybody calm.
Yes, that's amazing. So what do you think as a whole why dog parks in our community are so important?
There are a lot of reasons that dog parks are important to a community. It is beyond the obvious being a place to take your dog for some good exercise, good fun, good socialization, familiarity with new places and new people, and training, and all of those reasons. But it goes beyond that. As I said earlier, we have a whole community of people who come to use our park not just because they have a dog. They come to the park because it allows them to connect with their neighbors. It allows them to bridge different communities and come together someplace neutral and fun and relaxing. You've heard of probably the idea of Japanese tree bathing. It's a way to relax. It's a way to enhance your mental stability and your mood. And we've got it right there. It's walking among the trees, enjoying, breathing. The park is also an environmental touchstone for us. We've had work done with Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper to save the island from erosion. That was a huge problem over the past, I think, 8 years. And a project was introduced by the initial board, and it finally came to fruition and was completed last year. We have a new entrance for the dogs to go and swim. It's safer, and it keeps the silt from running into the creek. The creeks are already messed up enough. There's a lot of work that needs to be done there, but part of our problem was that we were adding silt to the already dirty water. Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper came in and they rehabilitated the area, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Not only safer, but more beautiful. They introduced native species back to where they belong. They've cut down on traffic. They've cut down on loss of our land, and that was our big thing. We've been eroding.
Yep, that's so important.
The benefit for having a dog park in your community is the ability to connect with all different people across all different age groups, across all different socioeconomic backgrounds, and really come to an understanding that we are all community. We may look different, we may live in different places, but we are all community, and we all support each other. And we, as Friends of Ellicott Inc., cannot be more grateful for all of the support all of the people are always showing us.
Absolutely. And a lot of people go there, and you go on your social media and there's people posting pictures of their dogs and them there together. And it really is an amazing thing to see, because it's kind of why we have the show, to touch on how much Western New York loves their dogs.
Yeah.
And they really, really do. I mean, everyone I know has a dog, and they want to go out, they want to go to patios, they want to go to dog parks, they want to take them for pup cups for ice cream. So it's really important for them to know where these places are, especially Ellicott Island Bark Park, so they know that there's somewhere safe for them to take their dog, where their dog can socialize and they can socialize also.
Absolutely, no question about it. The other nice thing about us as a dog park is that we do have picnic benches, we do have shelters, we do have some place to go out in the shade, or if out of the rain. If it becomes inclement, welcome to Western New York. Wait 10 minutes. It'll change.
It'll change. We'll have 4 seasons in one day.
Correct. Correct. But there are amenities there that I don't think that they have in very many other dog parks. To my knowledge, have just been places that have been fenced off.
Yeah.
And groups of people gather, and then they let their dogs run or do whatever they're going to do within the confines of that fencing. This is a completely different concept.
Yeah.
This makes you move as a dog parent. It helps your dog move because you're moving through the space. It gives them a feeling of confidence. We have we're always going to run into those events where a dog is startled or a dog is uncertain about another dog. And there might be some growling, there might be some hackles raised, but it's really unusual because of our setup and because of how spaced out we are, that we run into issues where dogs are really aggressive toward one another.
So I know that I have made this mistake once or twice before. It is not Ellicott Creek Bark Park, it is
Ellicott Island Bark Park.
And the reason the confusion is because it is on Ellicott Creek Road, and it also is part of Ellicott Creek Park.
Yes, exactly. So we go by Ellicott Island Bark Park. You'll see the new signage around, and it says that finally.
Wonderful. If somebody's never been to a bark park, what do you think we should inform them of for their first visit?
First and foremost, we have to consider the health and safety of the dogs. We have to insist upon them being vaccinated. At the very least, rabies, Bordetella, lepto-Lyme, distemper, parvo, all of the ones that we normally think of if we're going to board a dog. We want to make sure that all those are in place for the dog to be exposed. The second thing is the county does require spaying and neutering. We can't have females in heat in there, and we can't have males who are unaltered in there, because it does create a little bit of a different attitude when you have a non-fixed male. They're a little bit more aggressive, or can be.
We don't want accidental litters either.
Yeah, right? We have enough problems with finding homes for our beautiful babies who are unwittingly brought into the world.
Like you said, that's a typical for anyone going to a dog daycare or boarding facility. All those things are required anyways. And to touch on the Bordetella, that's considered kennel cough vaccine.
It is.
We don't want our dogs to get any kind of upper respiratory.
No. Even though it is not 100%, they can still pick it up even though they've been vaccinated.
Different strands.
But the likelihood is that it will be less severe.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just like us with our flu shots.
Absolutely. Yeah, so definitely they want to be vaccinated. We want them to be safe when they're around other dogs. And then we want them to be spayed and neutered. So like you said, it brings a different kind of vibe to the area when they're not. And we want to make sure that we don't have any dogs obviously having accidental litters.
Absolutely. And just be mindful. When you're there, be aware of where your dog is. I know that the temptation with some places big as Ellicott Island Bark Park is to just walk in the door, unhook your dog, and let them run. You need to kind of keep an eye. For a couple of reasons. My modus operandi when I go there, I bring Kenji in, I leave him on his lead. And people are like, why are you leaving the dog on lead? There's a very important reason. That first 10 minutes is going to be the evacuation time. He is going to take care of his business. I'm going to be able to know where it is and pick it up. That's huge.
Yep.
Sometimes we do have a problem with what we call orphan poops.
I will say that I do love the term.
Yeah, we encourage people. Sometimes when you're with your dog, you may not be aware that they've
gone to the bathroom,
had a little incident there. And so you're walking along, But the next time they go, you can't find it. So you spend time doing the grid pattern back and forth across the park area where you think they were, up and down, back and forth, and still can't find it. The solution, go pick up an orphan poop.
Yeah, just somebody.
It doesn't matter whose it is. We are a community. Yep. We look out for one another. We know that nobody is intentionally allowing their dog to evacuate without watching and picking up.
Yep.
It happens. It's happened to me.
I've been there. I've been there. My one dog was a rescue golden retriever I had when we used to take him. He darted right for the water. Like we weren't in there seconds that he was to the water, and we couldn't get him out.
Yep.
I mean, there was times we needed help with people getting him out of the water because he wouldn't come out. So on his way to the water, we would have orphan poops, I'm sure, many of times. And you're right, the grid pattern is great because you're like, you got the phone out, you're looking.
Exactly.
What do? You know?
Exactly.
So I love what your idea is, that if you don't find your dog's poop, but you find somebody else's, help, pick it up.
Exactly.
At least something's getting picked up.
Exactly.
And you want to keep the park clean for everyone to use. You don't want to be stepping in it. You don't want the other dogs trampling through it when they're playing. So just take care of the park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a health issue as well.
Yeah.
Because feces can transmit disease for not only to dogs, but to people.
Yep.
So we really try hard, and we do provide waste bags.
Yes.
We have 4 stations available, and Buddies is one of our supporters, annually giving money to make sure that we don't run out of poop bags.
It's important.
Real quick statistic. I'm not sure if anybody's interested in this or not. Last year, the park went through, I'm going to have you guess. Can you guess how many poop bags the park went through?
5,000.
32,000 dog waste bags.
Stop. That's expensive.
32,000. Yeah. That's a lot of poop.
And it's a lot of people picking up, though. That's great.
It is a lot of people picking up.
Great.
That's the good part.
Yep.
So there are opportunities for other local businesses and even private people who want to do so to sponsor a waste bag station.
Yeah.
We're still looking for 2 more waste bag stations. We're looking for one at the entrance, and we're looking for one a little bit, actually either side of the bridge. Yeah. We want to put one parking lot side, because we've noticed lately that people are having a problem finding a bag if their dog goes on the bridge. And sometimes it happens. Yeah. The dogs get so excited that they just can't hold it. Yeah. And on the other side, sometimes, again, a dog will just get inside and all of a sudden go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'd like to provide our patrons with another option.
You got it. That's great. So if anyone's looking to sponsor Ellicott Island Bark Park, hit them up. Get your business on a poop station.
Please.
Absolutely.
It's friendsofellicott.com. We're easy to find.
Excellent. What would you say the biggest mistake that new dog park visitors make?
That's pretty easy.
Okay.
It's their nerves. New visitors are oftentimes very nervous about allowing their dog to be there. They don't have a good feel for it. They don't understand perhaps their dog as well as they will. Because when you're a new dog owner, there's a bonding that eventually happens, and you know your animal and your animal knows you. Until that happens, it is a little nerve-wracking if you're a responsible pet owner. We stress, please, let your dog off lead. They have to have recall to come into the park. A dog on a leash provokes reactions not only on the leashed dog, but also on the dogs surrounding the leashed dog. It can set dogs off if they see another dog on a leash. It can make them much more aggressive. Okay. The dog on the leash is going to be more aggressive because they are constrained. They're not able to act the way they want to because they're being restrained by their leash. So that's really, really important. And we don't want to go around bullying people, obviously. There are circumstances where I understand that dogs need to be on a lead. Again, maybe it's their first time there. Yeah. But the goal is to have all the dogs off lead to keep everybody calm.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's a great idea, because we do know that there are dogs out there that do have leash reactivity to begin with. So then putting them on the leash in the park with hundreds of dogs around them is obviously going to make them react also.
Absolutely.
So let your dog off, let them get a feel for it, and then, hopefully your dog is a good fit for that type of environment.
Exactly. Perfect. And it's just practice. Yeah. Practice, 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 like anything else. Yeah. So
what do you think as far as how can owners tell when their dog is getting overstimulated and it might be time to go? They've had enough, dogs are coming up to them, they're getting irritable. What are some signs that people can look out for when they're in the park so we can make sure everyone is safe?
A lot of it has to do with body language. Dogs are pretty expressive if you know how to read them. They're telling you things all the time. If those ears go back, if that tail goes down, if they start walking around other dogs instead of engaging, if they start showing their teeth. Sometimes, I know that people think that sometimes Kenji looks like a werewolf.
Little fox.
But it's just how he expresses himself. He's giving a cue to the other dogs that I don't want you to approach me, and he'll show his teeth.
Okay.
It's not that he's being aggressive. That's how they communicate. If he comes running towards you, don't be afraid, because he's curious.
Yeah.
He's not going to attack. And that's the same with many dogs. They just get so super excited. But you can tell as an owner, as they're running out of steam, as they're kind of getting hot, they're getting, distracted, they're not wanting to walk anymore. That's a big one with him. He'll just stop and lay down, and that's it.
So that's another thing. So what about keeping our dogs safe in the heat? We don't want them to, dehydrate. We want to make sure that there's plenty of water for them to drink. We don't want them to overheat. And, what are some signs that that's another thing, is that, hey, it's time to go because they've been here long enough and it's too hot. We need to get them in the cool air.
Yeah. Excessive panting, I think, is the big one. The nice thing is at our park, because there are so many shelters, you can bring your dog out of the direct sunlight, and you can get them cooled down a little bit. We have the rinse station, which is not just for rinsing off, but again, as I said, there's the bubbler there. They can get a fresh drink of water. If you've run out, or if you've forgotten, or if you didn't bring any for your dog, it's perfectly fine. That's why it's there. Hose them down a little bit if they'll put up with that. Mine won't. But yeah, just get them cool, get their body cool, make sure that they're comfortable, and let their breathing slow down a little bit. Make sure they've got plenty of water. Check their gums to make sure they're still pink.
Yeah.
Little things like that. It isn't as huge a problem for us, again, because of so many trees, because of the access to the water, because of the rinse station. We've got a lot of ways to keep our doggies cool.
I was just going to mention that the trees, there is a lot of shade area in the park, which is amazing. It's not wide open in the hot beating sun.
Exactly.
There's places for you to walk and keep cool. What is something that you would tell somebody about bringing their dog to the Bark Park?
I would say stay calm, stay alert, stay kind, and watch your dog for their initial reaction to the place. Not only is it informative, it's a beautiful thing to see, because dogs and people alike cannot believe what they've just walked into when they get to Ellicott Island Bark Park.
Up next, a word from one of our previous adopters, Buffalo Bills offensive lineman Travis Clayton and his buddy's pup, Woody.
I was first connected with Buddies on the social media platform on Instagram. I saw a load of dogs on there, and funny enough, Khalil Shakir had a dog event in which a lot of the players attended. We could see dogs that we wanted to adopt. And then from there, that's how I got this little man. It was pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Like I said, I saw him straight away. He wouldn't leave me alone, which I knew straight away I was gonna get him. And then from then, he hasn't left my side since. For the first time when I brought him back, it was a little different because I've actually never had a dog before. I've had 2 cats, but I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. He has been such a great addition to my home. And he's been like my best friend. Because I'm from the UK, when I go home or if I'm doing something on the weekend, they offer a great daycare where I take him, he gets to run around with the dogs, he's looked after, he's cared for, and sometimes he even gets to see his brother. I think the main thing which makes me feel comfortable about taking Woody to Buddies is as soon as you walk through that door, the guys working on the reception desk, they literally welcome you with 2 open arms, and then straight away I know that he's going to be looked after. However long I'm away, I just know that he's in the best hands possible. I think the idea, sometimes if it's like a last minute thing where I've got to shoot off or something, I can reach out to Julie, who works at Buddies, and she loves him. And I think everyone there loves Woody as well. Hopefully they don't take him off me, but everyone loves him there. Yeah, they're just great people. And anyone that wants to adopt a dog, I highly recommend going to Buddies. I think the reason I decided to go with Buddies was, I think, the connection that me and Julie had straight away. I got talking to her, and I knew that this was the best option for me to get this little man. I've been coming from another country, basically moving on my own. I think I needed someone that can keep me on my toes. So having him run around the house, having something that I can look after is something that I definitely needed. And during the football season, when I get back home, it kind of takes my mind off the football a little bit. So that's another reason why I had to get a dog.
Today on Buddies Off the Leash, Andrea and I are gonna do some special homemade dog treats. I hope you guys are ready for this. All right, Andrea, so to start off, what we're gonna do is, well, if we had an oven, we would preheat it to 350 degrees to get things started. Yep. And then right now we're going to mash one banana in the bowl. One banana.
Here we go.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1 cup of oats per banana. And if you wanna make about 30 dog treats, you would do 2 bananas and 2 cups of oats. Once the banana is mashed, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix in the oats until it forms a thick dough. I'm gonna get the oats together while you're doing the banana. Cool. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
It's a cup.
We're gonna go with that.
Go to the top.
And I will say we have made these before and we ate them ourselves and they were delicious. So if we think they're good, just imagine what your dog's gonna think.
Kenji likes them.
Kenji is ready. All right. And we're gonna add 1 cup of oats per 1 banana.
Perfect.
And now if the mixture is a little bit dry, you can add a little water. That won't affect it by any means.
I love cooking.
I like cooking, I don't like baking.
Oh,
but if it's for my dog, I'll do it.
There you go.
As long as my dogs are happy, I'm
This
happy.
is all that matters.
Exactly.
I bake a birthday cake, a special birthday cake for Kenji every year.
Kenji, you're so spoiled. Kenji is Andrea's dog. And Kenji is living his best life.
He is absolutely living his best life.
So once the mixture is done, what we were gonna do is we're gonna roll them into small balls and leave them as the small balls, or we're gonna flatten them into cookies. I think we'll do both.
Okay, good shot.
All right, what do we think?
There we go.
Let's move everything off. We got the parchment paper so nothing sticks. And just so you know, wax paper is not the same as parchment paper. I learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah. You don't want
All right, let's see. I'm just gonna get right in here.
Are you?
At this point. Yeah,
You're
why
brave.
not? Yeah,
Okay.
at this point, why not?
I was just gonna take a spoon.
Yeah, you do the spoon. I'm gonna do the ball and then I'm gonna flat. Yeah, you're gonna do a ball and I'm gonna flatten into a cookie. Maybe this wasn't the best idea to use my bare hands.
Could be a little wetter.
That's when the water comes in.
Yep.
If it's dry, you need to add water.
Yep.
And then what we can do is we can just do that. We can flatten it and it makes a little cookie. How nice. I think the pups in the studio are patiently waiting for these treats, by the way.
I think they are. Got several sets of eyes here that are quite interested in what is going on behind the scenes.
So if you don't want to get that all over your hands, you can do what Andrea is doing and you can use a spoon. Once we're done, we're gonna place them in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. We'll get another one more, we'll make one more little cookie. And then once they're done in the oven and they're completely firm, you're gonna cool completely or freeze them. They can be frozen for up to 3 months, so that if you make an excess amount, your dog's gonna be set. All right, what do you think? Should we pop these in the oven?
I think we should try it.
Good idea.
Good recipe.
So easy, it's only 2 ingredients.
Absolutely.
And your dog gets homemade treats, no preservatives, no chemicals, just
Correct.
bananas and oats.
Correct.
They all look fantastic. Excellent.
They're awesome.
I think we're gonna pop these in the oven. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
We're back, and look at how amazing these treats look. Again, they are just bananas and oats, maybe a little bit of water, and they're so delicious and so natural for your dogs. This is the way you're gonna wanna go. And if you make an abundance of them, you can freeze them for 3 months. They'll still be good. What do you think? Should we have one of the dogs try them?
Oh, yeah.
You wanna pick Kenji up? You think Kenji will let
Oh,
you
maybe
pick
he'll
one?
do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll eat from my hand, but...
Well, we'll try.
Kenj, come here.
If not, I can grab potato. All right.
Want to try that?
We're gonna do a taste test. You ready? Oh, see? How could he not want that?
He likes smaller pieces.
Let's see. We're gonna break it up.
If you break a smaller piece off, he'll eat it.
Good job, Kenji. See? He loves it. And it's healthy and all natural. Good job, buds. That concludes another episode of Buddies Off the Leash. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you being here with us every episode. And we want to give a big thank you to our guest this week, Andrea from Ellicott Island Bark Park. We got some great information on when to take your dog to the Bark Park and all things dogs here in Western New York. Thank you so much for joining us.